What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tony's Picks Look Ahead show here with yours truly, Vegas Al, ready to break down February 18th action here for Wednesday. Should be a nice slate here. We have some odd sports we're going to touch, ones we don't really break down too much on the show. I'm going to start off here with some of the soccer. Of course, we got UEFA Champions League. We did actually cash our UEFA Champions League best bet today here with Real Madrid. Another play I gave out was Borussia Dortmund. They got it done. Another play I gave out, Galatasaray. They got it done. I think the only one we dropped there was an AS Monaco plus 500 shot. So, yes, we're going to talk about soccer here to get this show started. Give me a favorite, like, and subscribe. And yes, we're going to break down the rest of the college hoops after that. And I will get into some Olympic hockey there at the end of the show. So stay tuned for this one here. We got Karabakh and Newcastle in this one. I'm conflicted. I think it's a little too juiced for me with Newcastle here, minus 260 on the money line. Karabakh in UEFA Champions League play is what, minus 8 goal differential. Not looking to really back them. I could just see Newcastle trying to win this one 2-1, 1-0, though. That's the thing. I don't want to lay the minus 1.5 at plus 110. But I also don't want to be on the plus 1.5 at minus 140. I'm kind of conflicted. Maybe you can find a Newcastle win to nil. I think Newcastle's the side to be on, but it's really juiced. I just don't want to be on Karabakh. Again, minus 8 goal differential compared to a Newcastle's plus 10 in goal differential. This is just in UEFA Champions League play. I don't know, just another class here, I think, in Newcastle. Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon, 11 goals combined in these 8 UEFA Champions League matches here for Newcastle. One of those two guys will more than likely get in the back of the net there. All right, on to the next one. We got Bodo Glimt and Inter Milan. We got second best Norwegian team in Bodo here. In the Inter Milan, number 1 in the Italian league. That's where I'm looking at the end of the day. Minus 140. I get it. It's a little juiced, but I think simply the better hockey club. 7 goals allowed in their 7 UEFA League games. About 1 a game, obviously. But then Bodo here, 15 goals allowed in their 8 UEFA Champions League games. I can definitely see Inter Milan at least getting 2 here while holding Bodo to their average of 1. So maybe a 2-1 final, but minus 140 money line. He could even be a 3-1 Inter Milan W here. It's just the way I see it. The better hockey. We're going to get into some hockey. The better soccer club in this one. Give me Inter Milan minus 140 here. And this one, keep it square, air. All right. This one, I'm going to take a little bit of a shot. Olympiacos here. Got it done versus Leverkusen last time out, actually, just as January 20th, maybe 20 days ago, 30 days ago here. It was a 2-0 win outright. I mean, this is the second best team standing-wise in the Greek league. Leverkusen 4th in the German Bundesliga. I can argue the Bundesliga has taken a step back. There was a major typo, that isn't there? Typo for the Olympiacos. But we don't disrespect them anymore because we're going to bet on them here. I wish I could change that live on the show, but again, Olympiacos here. It's plus 160 on the money line. That's where I'm looking. We got Brugge, Atletico Madrid. When you look here, I'm sorry, I just lost train of thought here. Club Brugge versus Atletico Madrid. I wrote ATM, the acronym. I get it. They dropped it there versus Rayo, but that was fresh after the 4-0 Barcelona slacking. I could argue they kind of sat some guys out. Griezmann didn't play. Alvarez had to sub in. They kind of took that Rayo game off, so to speak, in preparation for this one. Again, a minus 115 price here with my boys ATM. You guys already know. Atletico Madrid here. It's got to be where I'm at in this one. All right. We got, so I brushed through the soccer. We got that out the way. We got Sonny in here. No, I think the only spot we touch them for the rest of the year is when they play Iowa again. But they're probably going to lay us so many points in that spot that they might not even be able to be bet on again. Yeah, so I might have to agree with Sonny here. Less than 30 points in 3 last 4 halves. Fool's gold. Can you say one and done come tournament time if they get the bid? I think they should still get a bid. They've done enough regular season wise. They got to win 2-3 games maybe in the conference tournament. They should give 4 seed, 3 seed somewhere in there. Nebraska, but then they might get bounced in the first round or round of 32. I think at the absolute most for Nebraska this year. It's all right though. I mean, shoot, a lot of programs in the country would kill to be in that position. So let's see what Sonny has to say before I get into this. This has got to be the worst team that's ever been in the top 10. Maybe. Miami, Ohio is not yet there, huh? So I just know Miami, Ohio is more fraudulent. I'd like to see that matchup somehow in the tournament. Nebraska, Miami, Ohio. The battle of the frauds. Nah, I'm not going to roast Nebraska that much. They're not too big of a frauds. There's worse teams here. Rutgers, Penn State. Let's get into the D-Gen Bowl here. We got 10 straight unders in this matchup head-to-head. Something noted here. Rutgers, 9 straight losses on the road. But when you look, they're 4-2 the last 6 head-to-head meetings here versus Penn State. Penn State historically, at least the last 3 seasons have been, awful. Rutgers, not too much to brag about this year, obviously. But look, Penn State coming back home after that West Coast trip, played, Oregon out there, Washington, etc. 1-5, though, in their last 6 home games is Penn State. I don't know, 2 leading scorers and usage rate guys here for Penn State. Mingo and Dion, 46% from the floor, 26% from 3. Not necessarily 2 guys I'm confident in backing. Don't get me wrong. I get it. Rutgers is not the greatest of teams. They got some guys there, though, that can shoot at least 35% here, a couple of these guys. Penn State, 359th in the country in rebounding. It's hard to look past that. I'm on Rutgers here, +4 in this one. We got Arkansas, Alabama. Both teams can score and play at a fast pace. I get why this total is 180 I was seeing. I think this thing opened up 183. They're basically thinking 90 to 91 or something, 94 to 90 for this one. Don't get me wrong. I could definitely see it happening, but I would rather just get on the Arkansas side. Let me just put it that way. +4.5 I'm seeing with them? Yes, I think Arkansas can even win this one outright. Again, Bama plays no defense at all. I expect Brazil to have a big old game in the paint, at least rebounding-wise. Some putbacks he should be able to get. And, of course, Acuff, I've given a prop out on him a couple times. I'm not going to go away from him here and either. I like over on his 3-point field goals. 7 of 10 versus Auburn. Is he going to go out and shoot 70% from 3 again? Maybe not. But when you've had that big of a performance, I do expect you to come out the next game and at least jack 5 or 6 of these bad boys up. Give me the over 2.5 or 3.5. Some plus money here with Darius Acuff from behind the arc. And again, he's averaging 20-something points a night. Find a point prop with him if you want as well. I think Arkansas gets this one done here. Fade of Alabama. All right, we got Clemson, Wake Forest in this one. Wake Forest team total under. I was possibly looking at here in this one. Again, we have a total of 138.5. Clemson 3.5-point favorites here on the road. I could see it. I mean, a top 30, Clemson defense in the country. Top 18 in turnovers compared to a Wake Forest 170th in turnovers. I don't know. Clemson on a 2-game losing streak, looking here for a bounce-back spot. Not the easiest of teams to get a bounce-back win on. I mean, Wake Forest isn't as bad as their record shows, but I still think they get this one done. Leaning a little bit towards this under as well. The way Clemson's going to have to win these games. Look how they've been playing as of late, scoring in the 60s. I can see this one being a 66, 60, 68 to 63 type game here. Clemson gets it done with the free throws there late in this one. Give me Clemson here, minus 3.5. We got Oklahoma and Tennessee here in this one. 2 straight games here for Oklahoma scoring 90 points or more. Tennessee now top 50 defense. We know this. A top 3 rebounding team in the country. A lot of size up front. I don't know. This is an interesting one here. 11.5 to me seems like a little too much. Tennessee covering these big numbers this year hasn't been the greatest, especially come SEC play. I don't know if Rick Barnes gets his team ready here to cover a big number like this here for Oklahoma. I like the guys, these 2 guards, Pack and Xavier Brown, Nigel Pack, Xavier Brown, a little bit more than Gillespie. Gillespie's numbers, I get it, 35% from 3 is not bad. I don't know. I never liked him at Maryland, and just bet on him. That's all I got to say. See what happens when you bet on him. That's give me Oklahoma here, plus the 11.5. Better shooting numbers. All the offensive numbers looking at Oklahoma. They just have to sack up and play a little defense as well here versus Tennessee, and I think they do. Not interested in the total because I think Tennessee can go out there and play a little fast. So could Oklahoma. Obviously, like I said, 2 straight 90-point games. They might try to make it a track meet. I think they might want to as well. Get Okpara in foul trouble. Give me Oklahoma again here. Way too many. Plus 11.5 in this one. We got Dayton, George Mason. George Mason, a two-game losing streak as well. Also looking for a bounce-back spot this time here at home, though. I think it's a cheap price. A little sketchy, don't get me wrong. But when you look, Dayton 3-7 last 10 games head-to-head here versus George Mason. That's obviously last multiple seasons here. Dayton 2-7 ATS-wise on the road. 3-6 straight up. That's just in that span. 9-game span here. Hasn't been good on the road for Dayton. Can argue George Mason, again, a cheap price, minus 2.5. It's bounce-back spot. Seems too easy. Well, I'll take the bait. Give me George Mason in this one. Creighton, UConn. Interesting little game we got here storyline-wise. Josh Dix's mom, rest in peace there. The team struggled to really get themselves together there that last game. Wasn't a nice showing. Coach McDermott, kind of made it an excuse for his team, so to speak. But, it's a rough time for those kids. Clearly, they're very close here to this, their leading scorer, Josh Dix. For them, to show up like that. I think they actually are the complete opposite in this showing versus UConn. This is the movie script, as I like to speak here. Take the handicapping out of it, because obviously UConn last time out, 85-58 blowout win. I mean, UConn is 17-point favorites here. Clearly should be able to get this done, right? But I just think Creighton at least shows up and rallies here. Keeps this one close. Just storyline based. I hate to make a cap off of something like that, but college basketball is one of the great sports, man, where stuff like this happens and team rallies. I think it's very possible Creighton comes in here with somebody looking down on the court here for this one. I hate to bring somebody's parents into it, but this is really just out of respect. I think Creighton can get this one done here, and I think that is going to play a huge part in this psychologically for this locker room. So, I'm taking the 17 points of Creighton. Call me a sleazeball. All right, we got Ole Miss, Texas A&M. When you look here, Ole Miss losers of 7 straight, A&M losers of 4 straight. Neither team playing well. We know A&M can play fast. I'm not really sure if Ole Miss will be able to keep up. They couldn't keep up with some of these other squads. Texas comes to mind that game. What do you call it here? Let me pull up something else I was trying to find in this one specifically. No, never mind. What I was trying to get at is just this big 3 with Pop Isaacs, Rasheen Agee, and Ruben Dominguez is enough for me to get on A&M at home. Ole Miss allowing 86 points per game in their last 5 games. A&M, again, can play fast. Wouldn't be surprised to see A&M reach 90. You're talking 91, 68, 88, 75 gets us there. Give me Texas A&M here minus the 10 in this one. All right, we got Bradley and Valparaiso. Bradley won earlier this month there, 72-65. That one was at home. They are top 10 in turnovers, top 50 in steals. They can play fast, at least for this conference, so to speak here. Obviously, in my opinion, the best player on the court will be this Jaquan Johnson here, 5'11 guard, averaging almost 18 points a game, this kid. When you look, they got it done last time versus Valpo, and he only scored 8 points. Wasn't a big part. I think this time he scores his 18 points and gets the help from his supporting cast, and they get this one done. Minus the 2.5 on the road here for Bradley. All right, we got BYU, Arizona. A little bounce back here as well, possibly for Arizona. Losers of 2 straight as well. Obviously they took care of BYU last time in Provo, a game that we were on. Arizona. Of course, big-time news here for BYU. Richie Saunders out for the rest of the season, a huge perimeter piece, guy from three-point land that they are going to miss. But when you look, Arizona, no Koa Pete either. Huge piece in the front court. Who is going to check AJ DeBansa? Expect a huge night out of him and the rest of this BYU front court. I think this one's too many points. Who's to say Arizona doesn't lose 3 straight? Give me BYU plus the 12 here in this one. Do I have enough to say sprinkle? I might. BYU in that one. We got Illinois, USC. Kylan Boswell is back. It's a nice piece to have, along with Wagler, obviously. And seems like it didn't really affect, how things were last time out. A nice blowout win there versus Indiana. Stojakovic, still game time. I think he will just mesh right in as well. This is a very, very versatile team. They will share the basketball. The Ivasic brothers on any night, it could be theirs. Obviously, Mrakovic has been the main guy in that front court most of the season. But again, plenty of talent on this Illinois roster. I like Illinois to get this one done. I don't know. I can't back USC without a Chaz Baker-Mazara in this type matchups. In these top 10 type teams, USC is going to need all the horses in the stable, and I don't think they have them. Give me Illinois here, minus the 9 in this one. We got Colorado State, UNLV. Could argue Colorado State looking ahead a little bit to San Diego State, but maybe a little bit focused on UNLV. It's hard to tell. Traveling out here to Vegas, I don't know. No, I'm not looking to really bet on any side in this one. Let me just keep it real. It's just a gross game. UNLV last time, it was a 70-62 loss. I think they were 7.5-point dogs, so you got hooked trying to bet them. Both teams on a 3-game winning streak, so they're feeling kind of good. I'm just going to go, these teams don't play defense. They don't. Both of them are in the bottom 250 defensive rating. I got no problem taking an over, and, UNLV can play a little IU Indy-ish. That's my little phrase for them. They play fast and don't know what the hell they're doing, shooting 29% from 3, jacking up shots like they're the Harlem Globetrotters of the NBA or something here. That's the UNLV Rebels for you. Give me an over 148. No defense in that one. Final game I'll talk about, a sneaky dog that I wanted to discuss. Give me Utah here. At this point, I might be just mushing them. Just might be absolutely mushing them here. What are they, 8-1, 7-1 on the road this season? It's very hard to not want to back a team. This is a 7-1 ATS-wise, and you're catching, 10 points? With Utah, who almost got us there, an outright win there versus Cincinnati last time out. I remember that one. That was a nice game. You look, their run because they're 1-9 in their last 10 games, but they're 8-2 against the number, and they've been catching points. But that's because they played BYU twice, Texas Tech, Kansas. I mean, they've played the who's who of the Big 12. I'd argue this is a step down in competition. These two guards, Terrence Brown, Don McHenry, 20 points, 17.5 points a game, players to look out for in the future. I think this squad's only getting better. Alex Jensen here, the NBA assistant coach veteran for, since 2013, he was an NBA coach, played overseas, played at Utah, Mountain West Conference Player of the Year in 2000. I think this first-year coach for Utah, I get it. They've been getting smacked around, 1-11 in conference play. I think this is one of the rare spots they actually might be able to get one done here. They're going to play at a fast pace and really push West Virginia, who, again, wants to play really slow. First-year head coach for them as well, Ross Hodge here out of North Texas. We know North Texas historically has played slow. Utah might be able to get up and down on them. They're going to have to because the size advantage is not on their side. No true 7-footer on this roster. Utah's going to have to play this fast NBA 4-out, 1-in type style. I think Utah can do it here. Give me the plus 10.5 and a sprinkle on the money line as well. I think they get their second conference win here in this one. Let me go to the chat, and then we'll cover some hockey. All right. We got AOD in here. What's up, D? Good to see you. And DeAndre as well. Let me not forget about DeAndre in here. Absolutely. All right. We got some hockey to discuss. I'll be quick, and then we'll be out of here, guys. It was a 2-2 day for me. Who was it that got it done for us? I can't even think. Michigan, the most public play of the day. It came through. Cool. But Nebraska, Wisconsin did not. Something about these red Big Ten teams I like backing. Disgusting. Anyways, doesn't go our way in those ones. But Real Madrid got it done. And I also personally had myself Borussia Dortmund and those other Galatasaray. I should have put those on the site as well, but I've been trying to be a little disciplined site-wise. Let me take some of these losses personally, and I'll tell you about them. But solid day. I'm not complaining about today. 2-2. Lose a little juice. We can get some of that back tomorrow. I don't know. Here in hockey, I'll break down some of this hockey because I actually think I have something here for tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I'm interested in actually this hockey slate. Let me start off here with Slovakia and Germany. I don't know who's in goal yet. Okay, this is Olympic hockey. I can't find it. All I can go off is when I look at these rosters, who's played last, etc. If Grubauer is in goal for Germany, okay, there's something. But I still think Slovakia gets it done. Put it this way. Look, Slovakia's third in 2022. They got the bronze, and they've been playing, fairly well. Their lone loss is to Sweden, who I'll get to Sweden later, 5-3. I don't know. To me, Slovakia is the better club. A lot of guys you haven't heard of. Some guys with some experience. They have a guy from the Canadians. But, I mean, give me Slovakia here to get it done. Leon Draisaitl and Grubauer, some names here on Germany that you've heard of. But give me Slovakia plus 100 in this one. We got Canada and Czech Republic. Obviously, Canada is the juggernaut of this thing, man. A 10-goal performance there versus France. 5-0 versus Czech Republic. 5-1 over Switzerland. I just think the Czech show up again here and at least 3-0. They show a little bit. And, maybe Canada at this point so up. Let's start focusing on what's ahead of us here. They got some big matches coming forward, obviously. I don't know. Is Vezmelka going to be in for the Czech Republic? The guy from the Mammoth, he's not that bad of a goalie. 3-0, Canada wins. And I'll take the under 6 in this one at plus 100. It was a 5-0 win, like I said last time. Is Canada wanting to go 12-0 here? I don't think they can necessarily against Vezmelka. But, again, give me Canada and Czech Republic under the 6 at even money in this one. Switzerland and Finland. I don't know. Is Lankinen going to be in goal for Finland? If so, that's a bonus. Obviously, to have Mikko Rantanen on this squad, a guy I've, followed throughout Avalanche, Stars days now. It's I don't know. I'm on Finland here. I'm not impressed with what I've seen out of Switzerland when I was looking at them. Finland's lone loss is to Slovakia, a team we've already talked about, who's, again, won bronze 2022 there. I could see them, you get me, fighting here. Finland showing up. 11-0 to Italy? Finland, just come on. I get it. It's Italy and not that impressive. But again, a 4-1 win over Sweden is impressive. I will get into Sweden. Switzerland's wins over Czech Republic in overtime, not impressive. Italy, France, not impressive. I'm on Finland. The only way to get on them, because they're minus 250 on the money line, is this minus 1.5 plus 110. Boy, oh boy, that seems a little bit baitish. Let me just be honest with you. But I got to go there. Finland, minus the 1.5 at plus 110 in that one. We got Sweden, USA. Am I going to be unpatriotic? I am going to be unpatriotic. I'm going to take the plus 1.5 here with Sweden. We took Latviia plus the 4, and we got to push. This one here, we ain't going to be able to push. It's either win or go home. Plus 1.5 here, I think Sweden can keep this one close. Yes, I do. Whether if it's Gustafsson or Markstrom in goal for Sweden, they have another guy there too, but I hope it's one of those two really, especially Gustafsson, the guy from the Wild. Jesper Bratt, William Nylander, Zibanejad from the Rangers, that guy, Carlson, Kempe, Philip Forsberg. I mean, come on. Sweden has themselves a roster here. Their lone loss was to Finland, a team we just talked about who will be backing as well. They beat Slovakia, a team we have respect for. Again, we keep mentioning the bronze medal because that's something maybe they are trying to get another medal again and have enough of a underdog type squad here, Slovakia, not to get off topic. But look, they beat Latviia 5-1, just like the USA did. USA beat Germany, Latvia, and Denmark. Not the most impressive, in my opinion. I'll find a way to get on Sweden plus the 1.5, plus 190 on the money line. Sign me up. Sweden in this one. Little unpatriotic to end the show, but I gotta give you guys what I think. There you have it. That's the slate for February 18th. What a slate we have ahead of us here. Best of luck to everybody. Link in the description here. Takes you on over to Tony'sPicks.com where our best bets are. Like and subscribe here before we get on out of here. But yeah, 2-2 day for me. I'll have a soccer in. I would like to have a hockey in. And I would definitely have some college hoops in tomorrow. We're going to have 4 to 5 plays in for sure. Good to see Kel Dog in here. Woo woo. But there you have it. That's the show. Thank you guys very much. Make tomorrow a winning day. Peace.